Gaps in the value chain, when you look at the entire value chain, you start from the inputs to production, to processing, and then to markets. Then, of course, you look at the horizontal, which is the infrastructure as well as the finance aspect of it. I mentioned that most of it is broken because the farmer today has to go look for his own inputs. Doesn't have the ability to get good quality inputs. Good quality inputs have never existed in the market. Even when you find them, there are no guarantees as to the volumes. You say you buy a 50-kilogram bag, and your weight is probably maybe even 36. And when you talk about NPKs, nitrogen, phosphate, and potash products, when someone says it's 20-10-10 they're buying, it's really not exactly that. So that's one part that you have the value chain that needs to be fixed. Okay, seeds. Farmers have never used the right type of seeds. They use farm-safe seeds. When they grow their crop, they look in the farms and identify the area they believe looks the best, and then they save that for the next planting season. That's not going to do or provide the yields that we're looking for. The market has less than 2 or 3% seed penetration. So you need to have improved seeds that respond positively to the application of fertilizers. The farmer has to take this bundle of best practices along with education to actually grow his crop. Farmer eventually then produces his product. The farmer himself now becomes the guy who's looking for the market, where do I sell? So you get 40% of post-harvest losses. There has to be structured markets, or should I even say off-takers who will process and channel these products into the right kind of markets. Then, of course, the last end of it is the commodities exchange, where people can actually go out there and find or buy products on a futures basis or on a present basis. So those are the value chains that actually have to be linked and fixed properly.
Now, Notore is one of the foremost fertilizer producers in Nigeria and indeed on the continent. What role are you playing in furthering Nigeria's agriculture sector development? Any key initiatives that we should know about on ground or forthcoming?
Yeah, first of all, we're already in the fertilizer business. We're producing good quality fertilizers. We're producing specific blends of fertilizers for specific crop types. We're also at the same time producing fertilizers in different packs, so it's affordable by all farmers. Farmers who've never used fertilizers before, they understand and get into the fertilizer culture, then they can actually use beyond that. So that's on the fertilizer side. We have a seed subsidiary right now that's concentrating this year on putting maize and rice seed into the market. That will also improve the yields when used in tandem with fertilizers. So that's on the inputs front. Now we're also looking at the entire value chains of certain crop types. We're looking at cassava, rice, and maize that we're going to fix end to end. In other words, we're going to also guarantee the offtake from farmers and then process and put into the market in the future. So those are basically the areas that we're looking at. We'll also help fix other parts of the value chains that exist where it needs the right type of inputs, whether it's seed or fertilizers, and training and education. But in terms of end-to-end, our priority will be on the rice, maize, and cassava. So we have a strategy being built around those.
Now, in terms of opportunities, Nigeria has been viewed typically as an unstable investment environment. We're trying to change that. In the agriculture sector, what changes have you seen taking place that are boosting investor confidence?
Well, first of all, you must have a clear and direct policy that will support local, investment in the sector. That's what this government has done. It's taken agriculture as a major agenda item, especially with the Transformation Council that's just been, put in place by the president, of which the president sits directly on that as the chairman of that, and the minister is the secretary of that institution. And then you have a wide spectrum of people, or institutions that actually will create additional value. So that, first of all, is clearly an initiative by the government to show that this is the right direction. Then, of course, in terms of policies, the agricultural policies today, the policy around fertilizers, the policy around cassava, policy around rice, these are huge opportunities that will allow for the inflow of capital into Nigeria. We've seen several opportunities there. A big $30 million investment for rice in Taraba State. That's foreign direct investment. We're going to see a lot of all this continue to go. You need stable policies and a government with a will to create a green revolution, and I think we have one right now.